What a day! It's 7:30 a.m. John is still in bed. He is sleeping. He usually leaves the house at 7:30, but today he is ill. He has got the flu. Iris is making breakfast. She doesn't feel very well, but somebody must see the children off to school. Thomas is getting up. He's late. He usually gets up at 7, so today he must hurry. Gita is up early today. She is having a shower. She usually gets up at 7:45 a.m. and has a shower at about 8. Today she must be at school a little earlier, because her class is going on a trip to Echtville. Nina is still sleeping. She's tired. She usually gets up at the same time as Thomas. He is very noisy in the morning. He always switches on his radio when he gets up. Iris always has to tell him to turn down the volume. John is still sleeping. He usually starts work at 8. Thomas is still in the bathroom. He is shaving. He is using his father's razor. Thomas doesn't shave every day. He only shaves once or twice a week. He is going to be very late for school. Iris is drinking coffee. She usually eats bread with butter and cheese, but today she does not feel like eating. Gita is leaving the house. She has to be at the school at 8:15. She usually walks, but today she is going by bicycle. She does not want to be late. Nina is awake. She is getting out of bed. She usually puts on her slippers, but today she cannot find them. She is trying to think where they are. Instead of looking for them herself, she calls her mother. Thomas is leaving the house. He usually leaves the house at 7:50 a.m. He is very late, but he does not seem to be in a hurry. Iris is taking John a cup of tea. She can hear him coughing and groaning. He is feeling very sorry for himself. He usually drives a lorry to Colling, but today he's not driving anything. Well, he's driving his wife crazy. Nina is eating a bread roll with cheese. She usually eats cornflakes. It's Iris's bread roll. Gita usually leaves the house at 8:30, but today she is already sitting in the bus with her school friends. They are going to visit a museum.
Text work. Today the weather is rather grey, and the feelings inside the house are a little grey too. It's 8:30 a.m. At that time John usually sits in his lorry, but today he is still lying in his bed with his eiderdown pulled up to his nose. Iris is sleeping next to him. Suddenly he sneezes and she wakes up.
John, why are you still in bed? What's wrong?
She asks.
Come on, get up. You're late.
Oh, Iris, I don't feel very well. You'd better call the doctor at once.
John whispers from under the eiderdown.
What's the matter?
Iris pulls the eiderdown away, and there John is lying, shivering with cold, the poor man. She puts it over him again and goes to the bathroom to fetch the thermometer. She gives it to John, and a few minutes later they are both looking at it.
What does it say?
John asks.
102.
Iris is shocked, and she cries,
John, I think you're very ill.
but John comforts her, smiling.
My dear Iris, have you forgotten? This thermometer only shows Fahrenheit. My temperature is only 38.9 degrees centigrade.
3 hours later. Often Iris goes to see her neighbour in the morning. They drink a cup of coffee together and talk about their problems and the things that interest them. But now Iris is making a nice cup of hot lemon tea for John. He is sitting in an armchair in the living room and is reading the morning paper, and is also snuffling and sniffling. He has a bad cold and maybe the flu. We hope he will get better soon and wish him a speedy recovery.